on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you could stream, we are streaming. And I'm joined as always by my brothers from Other Mothers, Mundell Robinson. How you doing, man?
What's good, brother? It's good to be with y'all this morning.
Always a pleasure. Marcus Farrell, how you doing, man?
I'm here to scare the moderate white people.
I mean, we do that with just our existence, but wait till they get the load of what we got to say.
That's right.
It's going to really scare them. You can hit the like, the share, subscribe button. Leave us comments in the comment section. Good morning to Natalie. She's the first commenter across the platforms. OD3 over on YouTube. What's going on, man? We are going to do what we always do, which is not only speak truth to power, but give these people indigestion. What y'all watching this morning, man? I got a whole list of stories that I've been watching overnight, from this vaccine to Georgia's races that are coming up, everything that's happening. What's on y'all radar?
The Trump administration won't fund the Biden administration's transition team.
Yeah,
I think that is. I think it's petty, but I also think that it's like we can get back to it. But I also think what did Coach Green say with the they are exactly who we thought they were.
Yeah.
That's how I think about the Trump administration. Like, we are now proving that they are exactly who we thought they were. And if they are who we thought they were, then how come they're still allowed seats at the table?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of seats at the table, that Joe Manchin from West Virginia always finds a way to serve white supremacy, even when it goes against his own political party. He wants Republicans to have a seat at the table. Mundell, what's on your radar, man? Your mic just went out on us. Let me pull up some comments in the comment section. Oh, Judge Parita, what's Judge Parita? Judge, whatever her name was on Fox News, she got fired. We have Australia in the house.
Did she really get fired?
Well, they suspended her. Her show is suspended for some comments that she made.
Why? Because she's told the truth, or because she's racist?
Probably because she's racist. Mundell, what were you saying about Fox?
They only fire people for telling the truth. So what she tell the truth about?
I got to pull it out. I forgot what she told the truth about. But I don't know. Judge Perino, whatever her name is, she go off the. She
stay on the deep end.
Yeah. Thank you. I was trying to
start with some of the craziness she said.
I was getting ready to get in trouble with some of these colloquialisms we use are problematic. I had to catch myself on that one, but she stay on the deep end, and they had plenty of reason to let her go. But we'll talk about that. I know somebody in the comment section know all the tea, so y'all could tell us whatever.
Also, we talked about it last night. First off, I'm gonna tell you what the real news is, America. This is the first Clickbaity political thirst trap aired on the Benjamin Dixon channel that is actually subscribed by over 100,000 people. Shout out to Ben Dixon for going
Cheers,
over
everybody.
100,000 followers on YouTube. My brother has done it big. All of a sudden, he gonna act like he ain't a part of the trap squad anymore. He gonna start acting like he gonna start eating caviar pellets and caviar
acorns.
You know what I'm talking about? Because he got 100,000 people. Look at how he hold his coffee now.
That ain't coffee.
No, it's
espresso with a double dip truffle sugar.
There it is. With acorn crusted dust in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So So with that being said, we'll do a little small commercial break right now. If you support the Ben Dixon channel, if you support Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, if you support Black Male Voter Project, if you support all of the things that we support and love and know, then like, subscribe. Share our stuff right now. Hit that, smash that like button. Hit that like button on Facebook. Share right now. We're trying to do everything we possibly can to grow and keep it moving. And also, I do want to say, I think the last thing I have to say before I turn it back over to Ben is, don't come down here with that white people moderate stuff, establishment Democrats. We don't need you down here with that. Like, I know y'all want to claim.
Tell them what down here is. Tell them what down here is, brother.
Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Don't come to Georgia. See, I live in Georgia. So before. And I was talking about Georgia. We were talking about Georgia, but I personally was talking about Georgia years before it got popular. Me and some of my friends have been talking about Georgia before y'all even knew who Stacey Abrams was.
Facts.
And then And we've been talking about the demographics and how they were about to turn our direction. And the Nancy Pelosi's of the world and the Chuck Schumers of the world and the white operatives of the world, not all of them, but they ignored us. Hell, even your favorite Bernie Sanders ignored us when it came down to Georgia in the South and how we can actually win states in the South by just galvanizing black voters.
Yep.
But to galvanize black voters, you actually have to say something, folks. You have to say something, right? See, Stacey Abrams said something. What the Democratic establishment won't tell you is that candidates down here say something besides "I'm not the Republican."
Right.
Right.
Let me throw something in there real quick, and you keep going on with that, because you got to say something more than Black Lives Matter. You got to say something more than, oh, we're not racist or the Republicans are racist. You got to say something more than because black folks down in Georgia, they'll call you out on your BS, man. They'll be like, wait a minute, I know you're not Donald Trump, but I remember when you did this. I remember when you passed this legislation, and my uncle is still tied up with that because of this. So don't come down here. All you talking about is identity and no policy. Because of black folks in Georgia, black folks across the South in general, they want actual policies that are going to change their life. Go ahead, Marcus.
Hey, well, I just saw somebody just commented and said we're too anti-white. No, I'm just a black person existing.
Wait, where they say that at?
No, wait. I'm just let me respond, because the last time I responded, I got in a little trouble, right? So let me respond in a good way. I'm just a black person in America who recognizes what white supremacy has done to America in general. And the possibility of a better future does not lie in what white decisions are from now on. The possibility of a better future in America lies in what African Americans, Indigenous Americans, and Latinx Americans believe is the future of America, because that is it. Y'all can get in where y'all fit in at this point. Y'all, like, I'm being very serious, not in an offensive way, but I think you guys should get in where you fit in and like let go of the reins of control for a second, just for a couple years. Let us fix this, right? And then make it equal so we can have a better America. We do not necessarily have to have white leadership in every single space. So if you are a non-white person and you're offended by the words, if you're a non-black person or non-brown person, if you're a white person and you're offended by the words that happen on Clickbaity Political Thirsttrap, that's more of a problem with
you.
Not us.
Because we legit showing y'all how to win. To win. Go ahead, Mundell.
That's the problem, brothers. Y'all brothers want to win. And y'all want to win not to say, to run up the scoreboard. Y'all want to win because we're talking about people live. These people don't want to win.
Yeah.
Prime example. The Democratic Party know they're not responsible for Georgia wins. They know those are groups on the ground, but they still trying to collect the checks for it. John Ossoff and Warnock, I'm just got to tell the truth. Those campaigns ain't spend no money reaching out to black voters and turning them out in this general election. So when Act Blue launched last night, 2 nights ago, a campaign to do a 3-way split. It should have been through organizations on the ground doing the work. Instead, they're trying to get they're trying to coalesce all the money for these 3 organizations, the 2 Campaign and Fair Fight. They raised more than almost $10 million in 2 days, bro. And they divided. What is John also going to do with $2.4 million? What is Warnock going to do with $2.4 million? They're going to give it to white consultants and tell them spend it the best way they can. Guess what? Being you said they got to say more than Black Lives Matter, those white consultants will tell them, don't even say white lives matter.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Don't even say white lives matter. Say something to that white conservative that voted for Trump. That ain't how we won in the general election. So these people don't want to win. I think they're dead set on whiteness. So Mark, is that white leadership you're telling them to step back from? Man, they're doubling down, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to lose the Senate, and that's what they're going to say. Well, black people failed us. No, we didn't. Y'all came down here with what don't work. Sending Clyburn, bring the act. And listen, I use Act Blue for my company, but that's a lame move. Everybody in this work know who was doing the work on the ground. John Ossoff, if we want to win, we need to stop funding candidates, bro. These candidates are white in their structure.
Right.
And I ain't talking about good white. I'm talking about whiteness, which is the racist
white
part.
supremacy.
White supremacists. And we're not white. We're not anti-white on this show. We're anti-whiteness on this show. People shouldn't get that twisted. We're anti-whiteness because that's what's killing black folk.
Hey, you know what? Did we offend you? So what? I don't care. I don't care at all.
Well, we got some good stuff to talk about today. Mundell, slide just a little bit to your right, a little bit more. We won't get you because you spit in the fire. No, you good now. That's perfect. Go ahead, Marcus. And then there's a couple of comments that I cannot pass up in the chat room that we got to talk about. Go ahead, Marcus.
Oh, no, I mean, at this point, when we see who just won the election and then you immediately go back to the old style of campaigning, right? It's about a couple of things. It's about credit, right? White consultants,
because credit matters.
Credit matters, right? Because credit means that you get more money, right? So the last thing in the world that politics. Yeah, the last thing you want in the world is credit going to a young black woman organizer who's been knocking on doors for the last 7 months. That's the last. You don't want to say she's responsible for the wins that happened in Georgia. What you want to say is, well, you know, I did the data and I did the numbers, and the commercial that I ran in the second quarter was the best commercial, and all of a sudden all of the black people showed up for for Joe Biden, and we won that election because of my commercial, man.
Ain't nobody watching it. See, here's the thing. Ain't nobody watching those. You got the air game, and you got the ground game. And I'm not saying this to tell y'all. I'm saying this to tell the audience, because y'all know. How are elections won? Air game or ground game?
Ground game, direct voter engagement. The least effective way, every election cycle we find out, the least effective way to reach voters is through advertising. And they ain't running no advertising like dancers on the pole speaking about true issues. They ain't running no advertising about turning this MF for blue. They running advertisement talking about Joe Biden was Barack Obama's vice president. Well, that's a matter of history. We know that.
Hey, wait! Like we haven't been existing for the past 8 years.
Right. Like
nobody knows he knows a black guy.
I mean, so go ahead, Mark. Real quick, guys. What does blindly? And I brought this up before, but blindly to both of you gentlemen, what does that white consultant commercial look like? Let's just generalize them, since they always generalize us as humans. Let's generalize their work real quick. What does the white consultant commercial look like? You ready for it?
Well, hang on. Before you give it, let's set it up a little bit more, because we're talking about the difference between winning and losing. We're talking about the difference between winning and losing in one of the blackest states in the country. We're talking about winning and losing between what Democrats have been doing since 1992, pouring money into the same strategy that helped Bill Clinton win in 92. They have not changed their playbook since 1992. The demographics in this country have changed since 1992. And they're still running the same damn commercials that Marcus is getting ready to describe that they used to run in 1992, trying to win in 2020. Go, Marcus.
Okay, so they're standing in front of a porch with with columns, right? With the antebellum columns, the nice Georgia house. They're standing in front of that house. They have a family, and the family happens to be awkwardly mixed. And I guarantee you it's a white man and a black woman, but I'll leave that one alone. Oh, I went there this morning, folks.
It's nothing getting canceled.
Right. And there's two ambiguously colored black brown children.
Like nicely tan and curly hair with like almost green eyes.
Almost green eyes with a hazel tint to them.
And their hair is like reddish blonde.
Right. Right. Hold on. Now we're not finished. And then we pan, and we have said candidate standing in front of that family, and all you hear is a voiceover saying, "Joe Biden for family, communities, and for you." And basically it says, we'll throw your black ass in jail if we get a chance. I owe some money. We'll throw you in jail. But then they're smiling and they're not talking to each other. By the way, I'm a political consultant that's actually shot these commercials before. So I know that they're just
guilty of it too.
Mouthing words to each other.
So you
right? And then they cut to the next scene. And y'all know what the next scene is. This is important now. Y'all know what the next scene is. It's the education scene. The education scene takes place in front of two places, a library or a playground. And guess what? The playground is what? Mixed children. right? Now, I mean, I don't have a problem with a better America, but they're just literally trying to throw all the demographics in and say, see,
In
we
one
said
video.
your name, right? And they run these commercials, and they're lame, and they don't say anything. Meanwhile, Mandela's consulting get your booty to the pole.
Yeah. Mark, you forgot one part of those ads, though, brother.
What's that?
The music.
Oh yeah. How the music sound, Monday?
It's just that that 2-chord song. It's like, it's like a drunk wedding song.
Oh my God.
It's like a drunk wedding.
Hey, listen, man. Like,
I do want to say that I'm not against mixed families at all. What I am going to say is that is their version of America.
Right. No. I mean, no. You man, don't tiptoe around that, man. Let's call it what it is, man. Like, you gonna rarely see
black people, their nappy hair.
Right. You're not gonna see certain images of blackness in these commercials. And the thing is like we in Georgia, that the type of images of blackness that they're not gonna portray is literally what's on every single block in Georgia. So
see Abrams, bro.
Exactly. They are. You know what?
Boy.
That's exactly what it, bro. There's so many conversations to be had about that.
Because I was a part of the Stacey Abrams campaign from the outside, right, Marcus?
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. You were the first. Your microphone's low. Your microphone's low, but you were.
We
one
can tell
of the
you
first,
you're on the good mic now. We can tell you on the good mic, but
Hey,
that volume.
you're one of the.
There it is.
Mondale was one of the first endorsers outside of Georgia to come down and help out Stacey Abrams. So give that man his flowers, man.
Yeah, we did a national endorsement. The first national endorsement. We had her on the night school. We was doing training. But look, they used to get Stacey. They used to get Stacey the blues about trying to change the way she looked, try to change her hair, and she wouldn't do none of that. The party and the consultants from the party. So they don't want to talk about that, but they shunned the way Stacey looked on a regular basis. And she, you know, she's a black woman and said, I'm a black woman from the South, and stayed true to that.
Yep.
So so we ain't talking about that, but let's be honest, like that party, that what I'm thinking didn't want Stacey's black. That's why they ran another Stacey against her. Let's say what I said.
Oh,
and some of them sisters with the good hair, those are quotations, was against Stacey Abrams too. I ain't gonna call no name, Keisha Lansbottom.
Chips tea.
Listen. Everything that we saying, here's the thing. We ain't telling no lies. It's the truth, but it's also how you win by breaking free from what these white consultants, yes, literally white, they are white consultants who get paid millions. Even if they lose, they still get paid. Even if John Ossoff, I need everybody to hear us. If John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock don't both win, if they both lose, those tens of millions of dollars that you're donating to people who are doing it wrong still go to those people. They gonna come out of this election richer than they almost did with this presidential election, because I guarantee you we probably gonna see every bit of $100 million come in the next few days, next few months. And they gonna get that money regardless. And what they're telling you, what they've been telling you, is a strategy based in 1992. They are running the same playbook that you literally have some of the same consultants running the same playbook that they ran for Bill Clinton in 1992 for 2020. And the world is different. You ain't got nothing the same since you had 1992, except for the white Democratic consultant class doing the same thing. And if they lose, they still get paid. And we try to tell you they weren't the ones to help Joe Biden win in the first place. I'm gonna put it up on your screen. Here's what happened in Georgia. You had black youth, young people in general, but especially black youth in Georgia voted at 90% for Joe Biden. You cannot come to Georgia talking that Midwest, talking that general consulting from the Democratic side. You can't come down here talking about that, because that's not who won Georgia for Joe Biden in the first place.
They're putting their pitchfork in the ground because they see this as an opportunity, because America's about to go blue. Florida is going through, my home state is going through sort of their own self-reckoning right now, trying to figure out why they lost. And the first place that they want to go is more moderation when it comes down to the party. South Carolina saw one of his highest turnouts for black and brown voters ever, right? Alabama, Mississippi, all throughout the South. These consultants, these white consultants, and these consultants in general want to come to Georgia because they understand that the place they ignored is the next battleground for the next 20 years of American politics. And they have to establish themselves as the smartest in the room. Why? Because white consultants like to be the smartest ones in the room. We know how to talk to black people and white people. And you know what? You know what? We hired a black intern that went to FAMU as our assistant. So we are diverse. And we ask her opinions. And we always ignore her. But that's okay.
So Janice on Facebook, I think this might be your first show because we are political consultants. So I mean, we already doing it. Thanks.
What she say?
We need our own political consultant firm.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of us. Let me say. Let me put it like this. All of us have consulted at one point. Two of us have made that's your actual career. Like you've been doing it for years. I consulted on one campaign and I was like, oh yeah, no, actually two campaigns. And I'm like, yeah, this is for the birds. I was like, no. And I literally saw in a 3-month period, I saw money being drained by consultants that had no clue what they were doing. And I was able to do on a shoestring budget 10 times better work than they did with all the money in the entire campaign. And that happens on a regular basis. And that's just from a 3-month period consulting on a particular campaign.
Ben, the truth you're telling right now, Marcus, you know this. Somebody might say I'm messing up the money. I don't care. I'm gonna tell the truth because the truth needs to be told. Sometimes I submit my budget to like organizations or candidates, and they're like, oh, that's way too low. It's impossible to do that work. And it's for the same reason that you just said. They so used to being overcharged by these losers. They're like, ain't no way you can win at that rate. And I'm just looking at them like, I could throw in a $60,000 fee for nothing. Or I can tell you there's some program fees that don't exist. Or I can tell you gas is going to cost this much to run a canvas program. Or I can tell you I'm going to rent cars. I can do all that. But ain't none of that necessary to win this election.
Hey, Ben,
a couple of requests.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Everybody who's watching the show, the reason why this conversation is important is because there are 2 U.S. Senate seats on the line in our state right now. There are two of them. And the people who are coming to Georgia historically lose. I'm sorry, Andrew Yang coming to Georgia. No offense against the Blue Hat Gang. Andrew Yang coming to Georgia.
He might get 0.5% of an increase.
What I'm saying is he lost. He ain't gonna get no percentage of the increase.
He got 3 black votes.
Yeah, this is black. Right?
The
reason why we're having this conversation, America, the reason why we're having it is because these people are gonna screw up America again. Over and over again. Now, I can go through all the massive amounts of times. Mondale can personally go through himself. Ben can go through it himself. But I'm going to tell you something. Had Bernie listened to me, I'll say it again. Bernie listened to me, we might be looking at a different America. But when black people say something and white folks say you're wrong because of racism in America, no matter what we do, they have to be right and they have to be funded. They're about to come down to Georgia and mess up our opportunity to actually change anything because they want to win. They want the narrative. They want the money. They don't necessarily want a real victory for America. We trash these consultants because they are crappy at their job and they don't know what they're doing. And Georgia's a black state. Point blank.
People want to know who we talking about. We are talking about literally every campaign on every level across this country. You could take a random selection. Just pick any random campaign. Pick the blackest campaign you think is black. Pick them, and you take off the cover. Ain't nothing but white Democratic consultants running the same 1992 Bill Clinton strategy, and that's why they lose so much. That's why we lost 1,000 seats across the state legislatures, because they run the same game plan on the state level that they trying to run on the federal level that they're trying to run in Georgia. And what we're trying to tell you is invest in these organizations that have been doing it. Well, now people are asking in the comment section, let's name some of the organizations. We named some yesterday. We're going to name more. Go ahead, Mondale.
But the person asking us to be clear. Any campaign backed by the DCCC, DS, or the DNC, they're using these consultants, and probably the ones that ain't even backed by them too. So, I mean, like, if you're looking for it, you ain't got to look deep. Go to their website, and if they're running a federal election, and you see the DCCC up there, the DNC, then you know that they're running these type of campaigns. And the reason you know is because the DCCC won't even get involved until you raise a certain amount of money doing it a certain way with a certain consultant.
And to add insult to injury, right? They also tell you that if you don't use the DCCC, Nancy Pelosi and them, they will tell you if you don't use this certain set of consultants, then your campaign will be blacklisted. Okay. If you don't use their approved consultants, their campaign, listen, these consultants will charge you $80,000 for a video that is, for a commercial that is 100 times shittier than a commercial that I did for $5,000. And that is who the DCCC is trying to force you to use. I'm telling you.
Preferred vendors.
Preferred vendors.
Song.
Bro, I'm telling you, the number one problem, the way you raise $100 million and lose a campaign is by hiring these consultants who are running a 1992 strategy.
And that's why it cost them so much money. Mark is getting here too. That's why it cost them so much money to run these races. Because think about this. Look at it this way. They're using I love old American cars, right? With the carburetors and all those parts. It's expensive to run. So they're running a 1967 Chevy in a world where we need to be driving Teslas.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but
not
Tesla,
but electric, energy efficient cars. You know what I'm saying? Like energy efficient campaigns. They need to be running those. They're not doing it. Somebody said they're an organized crime syndicate, and I bet you they are something close to it. The way it works, and when you don't play by their rule book, they'll call you out or they'll cut you off. Literally, they will try to cut you off, and you better be prepared to stand on your ground. And the way you do that is by never going that way, going that route.
Can I use myself as an example? Hey, America. I've been cut off. I've been canceled. I've been called names. I've been called, of course, I think the most unoriginal one was too edgy and too rough around the edges. You know why all these names I got called and why I got cut off from consulting work? Because we're saying the same thing that won us I was saying the same thing that won us the election for my whole political career, basically, that we need to stop doing as much commercials and we need to start doing more work on the ground. The most successful races I've ever had have had the largest and the
commercial
most intense ground games that has happened. Those are the successful campaigns. But because white consultants, and here's the thing, candidates don't know better because when they hear certain names, they think shiny. You know, Americans, we like shiny. And they think of these white consultants as nice, shiny people. So they'll see a David Axelrod. And if David Axelrod gives a suggestion to a candidate because it's the first time candidate, this is amazing.
It's got to be good.
It's fluffy and cute, but it's a losing strategy. I've been canceled. I've been canceled by the establishment. I've been canceled by progressives. And I've been canceled only for one reason, not because
you said you slid that progressive in there. Because they think everything's copacetic because they call themselves progressives. Same structure as it. I want to get very, very specific. Let's talk about a Georgia statewide race. You know these races really well, Marcus. You ran one. Let's talk about the media budget for that versus the ground game. We gonna put y'all up on game, like for real. We get into specifics. Let's talk about an ad buy. An ad buy, which is they're buying either radio time or TV time, most likely TV time. What would you just say? Just give a ballpark. I got a number in my head, but yours was probably more accurate. What would be an average ad buy for a statewide, like for the whole election, for a statewide campaign?
Okay, so
how much you think they're gonna drop?
So in Georgia, there's 3 major regions for ad buys on television, right? You have the Atlanta metro area, up to there's a little small Tennessee area. But if you look at the map of Georgia, you can buy ads in certain regions, right? So you have a Savannah region, you have a Columbus region, right? And you have an Atlanta region, really. And there's really 3 regions of Georgia that you can buy ads. And each region costs more for the amount of the population and the amount of views that you get. So you might
break that down. What's that mean?
So the amount of people that actually live in that region is going to cost more or less money. So if it's more people like Atlanta, then that region is going to cost more to air commercials in comparison to a smaller region like Savannah, where it'll cost a little bit less. Now, if you're talking about the amount of eyeballs, and the goal is 100 points, right? So 100 points is 100 people. 100 points is every single opportunity, basically every single opportunity that a commercial comes on during a television program or during a day, right? Every single commercial, that every time you get a chance to throw your slot in, right? So if you're watching a sports program and then there's a commercial break and then that candidate's commercial pops up, right? Every single time they take a break, if your commercial pops up, that's 100 points. And the goal for every political consultant is to throw 100 points up on television every single campaign for as long as possible. Why? Because they get 15% of the total price.
That's what I wanted to get to. You gave the nuts and bolts of how it works and how it, and the structure behind it. But they get how much of that commercial price?
So if 15%. So check this out. If your candidate throws up $1 million on television statewide, that television consultant gets $150,000 in their pocket.
Okay, let's extend that, because if you're doing a statewide race, you're not going to spend $1 million.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
No, you're going to spend more.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
True.
Y'all thought, come on, brothers. I did it a little bit longer. Come on, I did it. Now I haven't done it nearly as long as y'all, but you could spend. I've seen one race spend $2 million just on ad buys on a statewide race, which we're getting ready to go into. Well, no, we're not getting ready. We're in that. We're talking about consultants dropping $2 million in this special election. They could probably spend $3-4 million in ad buys, and they get 15% of that, bro. They get more than God. God only get 10%. These consultants are getting 15% of that.
So a consultant, you would, if you were outside of a campaign, you wouldn't even think that this was a relationship. But one of the first things a television consultant, and I don't think all television consultants are bad, right? Like, let me be very honest. There are television consultants who want to win, right? Who will say, I don't need that much money. Like, we just need to throw up something that gives a little to push back on the narrative that they're trying to say, right? Like that's a tool, right? And I know many consultants that are like that. But the money hungry consultants that currently run the Democratic Party, the first thing that they will say to a candidate is, how much money do you have on hand?
Exactly.
And the reason why they say
they're not even going to have a conversation past that unless you got enough money for them to afford them.
They don't care about who endorsed you. They don't care about how many canvassers you have. Actually, they do, because the more canvassers you have, the less money they get to put in their pocket, because they get 15% of the ad buy. And I remember one of the earlier conversations that I had in my career where I was at a meeting, and it was one of my first campaign manager meetings, and I was at a meeting, and if I told you, I'm not going to say their names because I actually had a clause where I can't talk about this meeting, but I'll tell you the dynamics of it. It was some of the top television consultants in America at my first meeting, and the candidate looks at me and she says, "How much money you got? You know the budget. We have this amount of money. How much of this? What percentage do you think needs to go in the field?" And I said 70%. I said 70%, and then I had it broken down: 70% to the field. I think we use 10%.
Well, hold that thought, because I want to make sure everybody gets they get the meat of what you're saying. When you say go to the field, you mean field organizers, which are
direct voter engagement.
Direct voting, like we're knocking on your door, boots on the ground, that like actual human bodies going door to door to canvas for you. That's field.
Yeah, that's field, right? And I even included in my budget that our digital media was going to be ran through field, right? Like I literally wanted everything ran through field. There's no separate departments besides field. A couple of percentage points to media, and then like the rest was going to go to staffing. And be aware of the dynamics. It was me, the candidate, and a table full of white men, right? And when I said 70% should go to the field, all of
Clutch them pearls.
Clutched the pearls, looked at me like I stole something, like I was trying to date their daughter.
You did steal something, right, Marcus? Because I mean, like, think about it. These guys don't get. These are the only people in the world that don't have a set. This is not commission, but they don't have a set salary on a political campaign. And there have been tons of studies talking about how greedy they are. If you notice how even these progressive candidates, right? They like to run ads about how greedy CEOs are. But these ads are run by the most greediest people in industry. The media consultants are the greediest people in the world. Think about this. They, like Marcus said, they get 10 to 15%. But that's Marcus being nice to these people because they're going to get fully reimbursed and for production costs, which they're going to overcharge the candidates for.
Right.
They also going to get a set salary, a consultant fee monthly, right, Marcus?
That's right.
So think about this. These people are telling you, oh, you need to run more ads. You need to run more ads. And every time they run, people need to know they don't get paid 15% of one ad. They get paid 15% of every ad you put on TV. They're getting that 15%. Plus, they're getting their monthly consultant fee. Plus, they're overcharging you for this production cost. Man, these people are greedy, bro.
Plus, they get a win bonus.
Some of them get win bonus.
If they win, they get a bonus. There's written into a lot of, not all of them, but a lot of them have a clause in there. Yeah. And I actually saw a campaign where they were getting 20% of the ad buys. So, like, I've seen them take black candidates to the bank.
Right. So if you America, if you donate $1 to a candidate and your hard-earned dollar, especially since they don't want to pay us a living wage or a decent minimum wage, but you decide to put your little money into a campaign. Matter of fact, if you decide to put your little money into a campaign that's going to help Georgia flip, understand something. Almost 70% of that dollar is going to go, as it stands right now, 70% of that dollar is going to go to a whack-ass commercial
that don't speak to your community.
That doesn't speak to anybody, or a whack-ass candidate. Now, this is your dollar. This is why this conversation is important. Because
it literally is your dollar.
We are the ones who are funding the campaigns to make these folks win. Meanwhile, consultants look at your dollar like, that's going to buy my yacht.
Wait. Even Bernie Sanders' campaign, let's just call it a spade, same consultant, same mindset, same breakdown, same percentages. Like, what, I don't know the exact percentages, but I guarantee you it's in the same ballpark, same structure, same contracts, and we raised an obscene amount of money from poor people, right? And that money was amalgamated and redistributed to some rich consultants that did not run an effective strategy to win, and they ignored the black vote yet again. And we're trying to tell y'all, they about to do this in Georgia if you let them scare you into thinking that the way to win Georgia in these special elections, January 5th, Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, is by appealing to the moderate conservative, moderate Republican. That's the same BS they've been doing since 1992, and they have gotten filthy, stinking rich to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars, probably $1 billion since 1992, running the same failed strategy. That's why this conversation is important, because y'all gonna lose Georgia by trying to appeal to these moderate Republicans in Georgia. There's no such thing as a moderate Republican in Georgia.
Ben, can I real quick, repeat the Simon and Garfunkel commercial story real quick? Yeah, just to make sure people.
We should pull up one. I'm gonna pull up one while you do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. So here's a story about Marcus Farrell as the Black Outreach Director for
Hold on a second, Marcus. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Ben, can we run that ad without being considered a political ad on?
Yeah. No.
Okay,
this is
cool.
Because I'm gonna pick a random one from a random state that got nothing to do with us, but it's gonna show exactly what y'all are talking about. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah. So in 2016, I was the Black Outreach Director for Bernie Sanders, National Black Outreach Director, and there was this very motivating commercial that the white consultants for Bernie Sanders created with Simon and Garfunkel in it. It was the American commercial, right? And you remember this? I forgot the song. Let us be lovers and together. And it had white people smiling and farms and white crowds and Bernie talking and yay! It was warm. It was heartfelt, and it wasn't going to work in South Carolina, right? So as the Black Outreach Director, I said, listen, we need to be up on television. If we're going to go on television, we need to be up on television 6 weeks out, and we need to not run the America commercial. We need to create a Marvin Gaye commercial with Bernie, handcuffed to a black woman protesting, all these pictures that we saw. I wanted to throw all of them together on one commercial. And I wanted it to play in South Carolina. We actually got that commercial developed. I could probably find it. And I said, don't run that. So I went to sleep and I woke up one morning and I got a phone call saying, and this is 2 weeks before the election in South Carolina. And y'all wonder why we lose elections, progressives. But it's 2 weeks before. And I wake up, I go take a shower, and then I have CNN on. And what do I hear? Let us be lovers and together. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. So I was like, no. Tell me they didn't run that commercial. Tell me that's not the commercial that they decided to run. So I go back and I'm sitting there watching CNN just so I can see the commercial again. And when I watch the commercial again, they have the same exact commercial they were running in Iowa, except they changed one face, a white face, to a black face. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to let y'all know something. The consultants on Bernie Sanders' campaign got paid more than the whole black outreach that we did, right?
Slow down and say that sentence again, please.
All right, so the consultants on the Bernie Sanders 2016 campaign got paid more than the total amount of money that we spent on black outreach in South Carolina and in the South.
Why did Bernie not win?
Bernie didn't win because he didn't listen to black people. He didn't listen to me.
And he didn't talk to black people either.
The multiple, well, let me change this, because campaigns are a machine, but it all ends up in the candidate's hand. And what I will say is that the white consultants were in his ear a lot more than I was. And this is consistent around like good, because Bernie's not, I don't think Bernie's a racist guy. I don't think a lot of these people are racist. I think that the system itself is racist, and black voices have never been centered in anything professional in America. So once we start telling you how to do things in our community, we get looked at as uppity, damn near, and out of our place. When all I said was, don't run that dumbass commercial in South Carolina. That's all I said.
I'm tuned in, but I'm finding some good examples. Go ahead. Let's pause. Let's pause and actually name a couple of organizations that people can donate to that are doing it right. Right. We spent the majority of the morning talking about what was done wrong and what's continuously done wrong. So to the 1,000 people, to the 1,100 people who are watching, name some of the organizations that will get it right.
New Georgia Project.
Black Male Voter Project.
Black Male Voter Project.
Black Voters Matter.
Go ahead, Mondale.
Rep Georgia. Rep Georgia. I thought we was gonna go back and forth.
My bad. My bad. But no, actually, man, you're at the table. You're literally at the table right now. So just name the table real quick.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll name the ones that I trust. Asian Advocacy Fund. I'm not skipping Fair Fight, but Fair Fight is eating off of everybody. Like the national people are taking care of Fair Fight. So shout out to that. Who else is at the table doing good work? I said Rep Georgia, Black Voter Project, Black Male Voter Project. What's John Taylor's organization? The brothers doing work down there. Not the SEIU. They're doing work too, but his other thing he's doing. That's doing good. The NAACP C4 work is good. Georgia's NAACP is doing great work, and I ain't, I don't normally shout out that oak, but the C4 stuff that they're doing down there is good.
Black Men's Lab, they're doing
Black
good.
Men's Lab, Malawi, Attorney Malawi. Also,
Alan, I don't mean to cut you off, but Alan in YouTube listed a couple, and I think these are the ones that you mentioned before I put it on the screen. Confirm: New Georgia Project, Black Male Voter Project, Asian Advocacy Fund. I'm gonna put those. You named all those, so I'm gonna put those on the screen.
I don't call out national groups like that. I don't really care about them, especially when they're white led. But CJ doing good work for Working Family Party down there. So the Working Families, if you give him money to Working Family Party, make sure you direct it to Georgia. So CJ's work is funded. He's doing good work. And if the National's mad at me, holler at me. Maurice, you know my number. Even though you don't use it, since you asked for that ticket to the D-Nice fundraiser they did for Black Male Voters Project, and you never called me back.
D-Nice for New Orleans?
D-Nice, in New York.
The DJ.
Okay. And you sold me out, buddy, but that's a whole nother conversation I know you don't want me to have on air. And oh yeah, I pressed charges on that person for lying on me.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Know it. But you ain't called me back though. Hi, Maurice, and the rest of y'all. I won't call out that organization right now.
Good guy.
Hey, he said it was coming. He said it was coming, Ben. Don't act surprised.
We said we gonna call out names. We said we were gonna call out names.
He said it was coming.
Poda is doing good work. What is it? Poder is doing good work. Mehente's doing good work. Who else is doing good work in Georgia? I mean, like it's some good Georgia's C4. Let me tell people something about a C4 table is an IRS designation. Well, the C4 is an IRS designation. There's 501c3s, which are nonprofits that can't be politically active. Then there's 501c4s, which are social organizations that can be involved in political work and also do direct candidate work, but a small percentage of their budget needs to go to that. So 501c4s are organizations that can do that literally are the organizations that can do political work more than voter registration. The organizations we're naming right now sit at Georgia's 501c4 table, and Georgia's 501c4 table is the hardest table in the country. I sit at a few tables across this country. Georgia's is the best, and also it's one of the only, if not the only, C4 table in the country that was founded by Georgia groups. And then the national AV table came in and got involved, but they weren't formed by an outside group. And I think that's part of the reason they're so potent, because of the work that Georgia was doing before the national table came in and got involved and provided some more infrastructure for them. So shout out to Georgia for having one of the dopest and also blackest tables around this country.
And that's who the hell you need to be listening to in this upcoming election.
Real quick.
I can't stress that enough. I'm gonna say it one more time, then Marcus, I'm gonna throw it to you. Who you need to be listening to are the organizations that have been on the ground, that are gonna put money on the ground, and that they have been speaking to black communities, because black folks is why Joe Biden won Georgia. It's in the data. It's just right there in your face. Go ahead, Marcus.
Hey, Mondale, like, take over, break over, God MC, me. J-Hope.
He said right.
Hey, little soldier, you ain't ready for war. RC too strong for y'all. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight.
I knew you like that Jay-Z verse. I
know that's your guy.
Marcus, I knew it.
Come on.
That was hardcore, man. Listen, Marcus, we already said we were telling the truth, and also we ain't gotta be friendly to Joe Biden no more. We already did that.
Yeah,
we did what we supposed to do.
We did what we had to do.
Immediately the day after we did it, bro, what they do? They try to erase our work and still try to send these white consultants here. Literally, people started showing up in Georgia immediately when there was runoffs, the day after the election. White people trying to take credit for all the work of the organizations we just named. Right. Seriously, bro. That is erasure. That is why people were like, I don't know about this. I don't know what's gonna look like. You know what it looked like. Ben just showed you the stats. We showed up when your cousins didn't, fam.
Bro. When your cousins voted for Donald Trump, black folks saved America. And we've been talking about it, and we've been seeing it on the edges. We've been seeing, there was a statistically significant increase in black voter in 2007. But no. It's clear as day that 2020 was saved by black people, and we're in a position to do it again twice in 1 year, in one 12-month cycle, by winning Georgia for the Senate. And you're not going to win Georgia appealing to moderate Republicans. You are going to lose, because there's not a Republican in Georgia. I want to see the data on what percentage of Republicans voted for Donald Trump from Georgia. I'm sure it's like 95, 96%. You're not going to win.
Black men. Let me say something
real quick.
I need both of y'all to take a bow. Go ahead, Marcus.
You remember when we went down to Macon and did the Brothers Be Voting, the first one? Yeah. Right.
Second. We did the first one. Remember, we did the first one in Atlanta.
No, the first one in Macon.
Oh, the first one in Macon. Go ahead.
Yeah. And Mondale and I, did a Brothers Be Voting at the first one with New Georgia Project, Black Male Voter Project, where we put black men in the room. Shout out to Kimberlyn Carter, who actually basically brought us all of our first people there. Amazing black woman in Macon.
She hit the second one too. Rep Georgia. That's Rep Georgia.
Right. And it was a room full of real black men. That's the best way I can say it. It was a room. It was like Clickbaity times 18, right? Like it was literally this show, but our nighttime show with about 25 more people, right? And we were all going in. And The Democratic Party can't talk to those men. These white consultants can't talk to those men. But organizations, local organizations can, because those are their brothers and sisters and cousins and uncles and fathers and people
such, they
right?
know, people they respect.
Know, right? So here's what I'm saying to you. Fundamentally, these organizations, these white consultants can't win Georgia. Fundamentally, because they literally have no idea who half of Georgia is.
Right. Right.
So how are you going to relate to people? First, we lie on polls. So if you call us and say, well, you know, our polling says that we need to be talking about schools and standing in front of a playground, then we're going to be like, no, you're full of it, because you don't know how to. First, we're going to be like, you're the police. If you call me, to this day, I still think anybody polling me is the feds.
You're the ops. You're the ops.
And this is from a political operative, a political consultant. When somebody polling you, you still feel like they're the feds.
Yeah, they're the feds. Like, why are you asking me questions? And
Marcus,
I know I'm supposed to be helping you out, but I'm a political consultant that has years in the game, and I still question whether you're the feds or not. So therefore, if you're a normal brother who has nothing to do with politics, if you even have the conversation, you're probably playing around. Do you plan on supporting Joe Biden for president? Red. 13, right? I'm just giving random answers. But the reason why these white consultants, these consultants who come down, are about to mess up in Georgia, might even mess up turnout. They might even mess up turnout with the work that has been done by local organizations, is because they have no earthly idea what black people in Georgia care about. They don't know. They don't know. You don't know me. You don't know me. Perfect. Even though I don't want to quote T.I. You don't know me. You might see me in the streets, but
I want to answer a question in the chat room.
That's powerful. Actually, that should be a political statement. Actually,
say it again.
You don't know me. I swear that is a theme song for black men in politics. These white consultants are literally, Marcus, you being nice this morning, saying that they might like hurt the turnout. They're definitely gonna hurt the turnout. If you come down here with milk toast campaigning,
Andrew Yang
and Barack Obama too, right? So like they keep saying Barack Obama had a hand in winning Georgia. The people that are excited about Barack Obama coming to an event are people that were gonna go to the polls anyway. I mean, I bet you. So let me break it down for you. Let me make it plain for y'all who want to believe that Barack Obama had a role in doing it. We turned out black men that did not vote for Barack Obama. In the primary, we did it and we bragged about it. In the general election, we turned out a different 64,000 black men. This is early voting because we don't know the final numbers yet, right? So early voting, we turned out 64,000 black men that did not vote for Barack Obama in 2008 general election, in 2012 general election, nor did they vote in 2016 or 2018. So don't tell me Barack Obama is responsible. He's not. Y'all, and if you believe that, you are not listening to what, like Marcus said, you don't know me. And that is not to quote T.I., that is to quote every black man that we talk to this election cycle. The party don't know us.
Listen, I want to go even a step further than just not knowing us. I grew up in an America where in 1990 I was on an elevator, and I was going to interview. I was going to try to. Actually, my mother worked in a building, and she worked in the Department of Education building in Tallahassee, Florida. And I was going up to her floor, and I was young. I mean, it's 1990. I was a young kid. I wasn't anywhere close to being an adult yet. And I live in an America where I got on that elevator, and I was smaller than this white woman, and I was lighter than this white woman, and I was probably more scared of this white woman. And this white woman clutched her purse, and it was the first time that I ever seen somebody clutch their purse in America. That white woman is married to a Democratic consultant.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Hey, man, you just set that up like an old Baptist preacher. You told that story, and then you gave that punch at the end. See, if that was if we were in church, man, we'd be running around shouting right now. That's the kind of man you told that story. I put images on the screen from blackmalevoterproject.org showing a percentage of counties population identifying as both black or African American and non-Hispanic. And if you look in Georgia,
where we at, bro?
Look in Georgia.
Man.
Okay. Look at how black Georgia is. Look at how black and brown Georgia is. You are not going to win Georgia. For Ossoff and for Warnock and for the future of humanity, quite frankly, you are not going to win coming here talking to white moderate Republicans. You are going to lose. And what we're saying this entire episode is that the strategy that the Democrats kind of reactive, like they just kind of like a knee-jerk reaction they go to, is a 1992 demographic strategy. How they had to win for Bill Clinton in 1992. And we're talking about voters who were born in 1992 who are old enough to vote right now. So do you think what worked in 1992 is going to work in 2020 when you look at the demographics of Georgia? Come on, man. I want to answer a question here real quick, and it's not a question. I kind of was going to ignore it, but I think it's worthwhile because I think people are stuck on stupid sometimes. I don't even know who it was. I want to call them out because I want to show how ignorant they really are. But you know who you is on YouTube saying, one, they said, Ben, you were riding with Clyburn, and now you're making the same mistake riding with Stacey Abrams.
What?
Who just,
Go ahead, Ben.
I'm sorry.
I don't even think I have to. I don't think, cause just, bro, do you understand? I'm one of the number one people in this country calling James Clyburn out on a every goddamn day basis. Y'all so stuck. See, it is a brand of quote unquote black radicalism that really got y'all stuck on stupid. You so dumb. I feel like Antoine Dodson, you just dumb. Bro, you like and then riding for Stacey Abrams. First of all, Stacey Abrams has done a work in Georgia, and you can't deny the work that she's done in Georgia. But we literally sat here and gave you a whole list of organizations that are not a part of Stacey Abrams.
Wait, Ben.
Y'all so dumb.
You can't call out Antoine Dawson and not play his video.
Hey,
you can't invoke that, brother. Yeah. Hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your kids. You so dumb.
Y'all just stupid. Like, cause they think they woke, man. They think they woke, and they really just don't have no basic goddamn sense. I'll pay money for that. Y'all ain't got no sense. You really don't even have accurate information. You so stupid.
Right. Can I tell y'all a different, like, here's where I'm with the wokeness. I feel like this. There's levels to wokeness, right? Think about it when you wake up in the morning, right? Your mind ain't right. You still foggy from the sleep. Some of these people are new woke, so they still foggy. So and then and late in your life, you've been woke too long, so you sleepy. Still ain't got no. You still talking in circles. That don't make sense. Some of them been woke too long, right? And then there's this middle of the road people where you're thinking clear. We need more afternoon wokeness. Like these morning folk, they still dragging these old woke folk. They've been woke too long. You know what I'm saying? Give me some middle of the road folk who in the middle of the day that know that they might not know everything they think they know.
You know what? Let me go a little bit further. If a hurricane comes to Georgia, and destroys black homes, and we need state funding, we need infrastructure, right? We need real infrastructure to actually prepare our homes and prepare our neighborhoods after a hurricane comes and destroys our homes, which happens in Georgia, right? This is a real conversation. You woke hotep crazies are talking about government don't matter, calling people names, and guess what? Let me tell you something. When we need fresh water after a hurricane comes, that's a governmental decision that the right person or the wrong person can dictate funding to make sure that our communities are actually safe and whole again. If Brian Kemp wanted to say, I'm holding back relief from certain neighborhoods, it would be wrong, but it is completely in his power to do so.
Yep. Come on, man.
And these are our neighborhoods. So stop playing. Stop playing. You so woke and you have no idea where your closest fresh water source is. Do you even know how to clean a chicken? Do you know how to dress game? Like, you ain't that woke, bruh. None of y'all are that woke. Y'all sitting up here wearing your doggone Jordans.
Terrifying moment for a woman who woke up.
Polo t-shirts or with your woke statement t-shirts on it, and you don't even know where your fresh water source is. You don't even, I'm going to tell you what woke is. Woke is being able to go a week without society. Can you do that? Woke person? Can you do it? Can you really are you that woke where you know how to generate energy and keep your house warm at nighttime during the winter? Do you even know how to start a fire without a lighter? Man, you ain't that woke. Get out of here with that mess.
Let me just play this. This is what they are. They ain't woke. This is what they are.
Obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
The attacker got loose and went out the upstairs window, but he did leave something behind.
We got your T-shirt. You done left fingerprints and all. You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
A crime scene investigator.
Bruh, they are that dumb, man. I'm sorry. I had to play it one time for Antoine Dobson, the original, one of the original viral videos. Hang on, let me get that one of y'all. Okay. I'm sorry. We just had to take a pause for the calls for all the real stupid people in the audience who actually think they woke. In reality, they stuck on stupid. Go ahead, Mondale. You would say something. Oh, y'all watching it?
It just,
Video, man.
That's an all-time classic, bro.
I got another example. I got another video I want to play. This video is this is an example. Now I don't know this guy. I don't know this candidate. I don't know if he won. I don't know if he was good. I don't know if he's bad, but I know he's a Democrat from South Carolina. And he ran for Congress. And I think it's a good example of this type of work that you get from the Democratic consulting class. And let's play it. And fellas, tell me what you think of it when you see it, because I know you guys haven't seen it.
You start your day nervous to look at the news? Does watching all the dishonesty, incompetence, and partisanship in Washington make your blood boil? Same here. So I'm running for Congress. I'm Joe Cunningham, construction attorney, ocean engineer, and a new dad. I believe in term limits, that both parties need new leadership. And I'm not taking any corporate PAC money because I want to serve you. No one else. I'm Joe Cunningham, and I approve this message.
All right, no offense to Joe, because like we said, this is a consultant's work. No offense to Joe Cunningham. I don't know nothing about him. He might be a good dude. God. He might be a good dude at the end of the day. But when I tell you that type of commercial is exactly what's going to lose Georgia.
Hey, listen.
Hey, Marcus.
The only thing that commercial is missing is a white woman.
There was one at the end.
Oh, it was?
Hey, she might not be white. If you look at the end of the video, she might not have been white. She might have been
something else.
That woman you were talking about.
Ambiguous. Racially ambiguous.
Transracial. We know a couple people like that, don't we?
That's right.
Oh yeah.
That was shady.
Yeah. Shout out to RBR Networks for spending his money, and I'm not even gonna read. This boy been trolling me since I started with five subscribers. And he has hated so long the entire time, man. How many subscribers you got now, RBR?
Well, listen, man. At least he's consistent. Show him love.
He's consistent, and he's spending money. So he's spending money to put up, his anti-Ben Dixon messages. So hey, go ahead, brother.
Can I ask people a question? Do you go to sleep with that hate? I mean, do you dream about Ben? Are you in the bed at night, tucked in, thinking about chipmunks and Ben? What is your problem?
You couldn't cover me without throwing some chipmunks in there. That's why I love y'all.
Hey, hold on, Mondale. I hate his blue shirts. I hate his yellow paint. I hate his
gums because they chip.
I hate his eyebrows. I hate everything.
Have you seen that light in his background? It's yellow. I hate it. Ooh, I hate it.
I hate his kids. I hate his wife. I hate his kids and his wife. Bruh. I hate that he has a family. I hate his Run DMC jersey.
Bro, no. Actually, I literally had somebody tweet me one time saying F your backyard and your kids playing in the backyard.
Oh my God.
I'm like, you I was like, I'm gonna block you. I block that person because I'm like, I will come for you. I will come find you over my kids. Yeah. But anyway, what y'all think about? Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so first, before we go silent, we got like 1,000 people watching this on YouTube. We only got 492 likes right now. So, you know what I mean? Like, we maybe have to take a moment of silence for this small chronic break.
We have exactly we have 1,009 people watching on YouTube, which means we have like 150 that are watching on Facebook and everywhere else. Folks, hit that like button. We're gonna go radio silent Cause I think we can get at least 750 likes in the next 90 seconds.
How many people we got watching?
1,000.
We need 1,000 likes.
I don't know how long I can do this.
My computer started dinging. Like, what?
It's gonna take a little bit longer. That's why I said 750. We almost there. It's easy, folks. It's just lift up your thumbs and hit the like button. Hit that. We almost there. 708. We should get the Jeopardy theme. Shout out to Alex Trebek.
Oh man.
We should get the Jeopardy theme song for this part. 13 more likes, folks. Give me 13 more likes.
Come on, y'all. What y'all waiting on? How many we got total watching, Ben?
We got a total across all platforms. We have 1,200 people watching.
Right.
There it is. All right, we crossed 750. Now I'm gonna let y'all get away with 750, but before the end of the show, we expect to have 1,000 likes. Just because, man, if you sitting here watching, that means you enjoying it. Hit the like button. Go ahead, Marcus.
Check,
Mondale.
man. Check.
Yeah,
check.
listen. I think, giving us a like and sharing our page is much like NPR when they tell you it's we listen. The sooner you get us.
Imani said some people are probably driving, so please do not hit the like button if you're driving. Don't hit it.
Just keep listening. Jesus.
Keep listening. Go ahead, Mondale.
No, I didn't even think about that. That is absolutely true. Thank you, Imani, for correcting us in our selfish endeavors. But just like NPR, like the quicker you get us to our point, the quicker we can get back to the scheduled program. Like this is
this is the monthly fundraiser.
Yeah. Go ahead and get us to our like goals so we can get back to the content.
Oh, man.
What I was gonna say about that ad, Joe Cunningham. Look, the ad was so bad they had to put an arrow in there saying "Dad, me." Did you see the arrow above his head to say "I'm the dad"? Because he was holding the baby wrong. Like, this is not your kid, bro. Like, you gotta tell the people that this is your baby. Like, that is a bad ad in itself, right there. Trash.
So real quick, let me finish my commercial break because I want to get a couple things out. First, the sheer possibility of Outkast versus Tribe Called Quest on Versus is going to be that's literally.
Facts.
So Outkast is my favorite group of all time, and I think they're the best rap group ever. And I think Andre 3000 should always be considered as a top 3 to 5 rapper, no matter what. I'll end it right there. We can have that argument later on.
I don't think we need to.
Yeah. Okay. So with that being said,
I want to before you do the commercial, I got to give this brother a shout out. I got to find him. There was a guy who said he was. I feel so. We're not gonna do that no more. This guy said he was driving.
Oh my God.
And he pulled over so he can hit the like button.
Oh my God.
We're not doing that. We're not gonna do that. Where is he? I gotta get this man a shout out. All right, go ahead and give me your commercial breaks while I find him because I gotta get that man.
Here he is. Said he almost broke his hip trying to run and do the like. He said, "Oh man."
James Castro. James Castro said, "I'm driving, but had to stop." Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I don't like likes that much, bro. Yeah. Okay. We just flex it a little bit.
We need y'all around chasing these nuts. We don't need y'all hurting yourselves. So sorry about that.
Marcus, you on mute, bro.
Ben, why Marcus unmute yourself? Tell them where they can find you
at Benjamin P. Dixon on Twitter. All right, man. James, like I feel like we need to send you. We don't even have T-shirts yet, but I feel like we need to send James a T-shirt. We're gonna make a whole line of T-shirts so we can send it to James. Damn. Now I feel bad.
Yeah. And I'm on Instagram at I am Mondale. Marcus, if you're talking, brother, you're still muted. I am Mondale, and I'm on Facebook and also Twitter at Mondale Robinson. And you can find Black Male Voters Project everywhere.
Mic check.
There you go. There you go. You back. You back.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There you go. So, first you can find the show Clickbaity, Political Thirst Trap on the Benjamin Dixon channel. You can find us at C Thirst Trap on Twitter, C Thirst Trap at C Thirst Trap on Twitter, and Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Facebook. And we should start some kind of Twitch at some point.
Marcus, you told somebody you was gonna shout him out this morning, so you probably should in the messages.
Oh yeah. I gotta come back to that because the brother told me that he only follows one person on Twitter, one group on Twitter, and that's Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. I'm gonna get your name.
William Cobb.
Yeah, it was William Cobb. Yeah, thank you, William Cobb. Shout out for that message. It was really dope, and we appreciate you following us.
Look at this exchange.
Also, most importantly, the capitalist in us, and also the people who pay the bills. Come to Patreon. Yeah. That's right. Come to Patreon. We're Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Patreon, and you can follow us. Now, when it comes down to me, you can find me, Marcus Farrell, at Marcus4 America on Twitter and Instagram, and Marcus Farrell on Facebook.
And Old Man Politics.
And Old Man Politic on Twitch.
All right, let me just, I got to share this exchange because this is bananas. Teresa Russell said, I almost ran over a squirrel, put up a squirrel, while hitting that like button. And then Evan Loves Whiskey said, that's nuts. I just had to do it. Let's go back to that commercial, man. That commercial, like, I don't know the guy. I forgot his name already. Cunningham? Was it something Cunningham? I forgot his name. No offense to him, because he might be one of the dopest people we ever met. He might be one of the most slime ballers people we ever met. But it's about the fact that strategy is a pretty standard commercial strategy that you're going to find from. And I guarantee you, how much would y'all say that commercial costs? Because I know it's going to cost at least $10,000 to $25,000
to $12,000.
Oh, for that commercial.
Yeah.
And that commercial
just to produce it is that much. But here's the difference. That's just the cheapest part of the commercials is making the commercial. Right. The most expensive part of the commercial is putting them on air. Oh, right. Yeah. And then that's where it gets gray area, right? Because you have something called a television, a buyer, right? A person who goes and buys the ads. And they typically have a relationship with the networks or the local networks or the networks in that region. And they can call up and they'll say to you, well, if you want 1,000 points, it's going to cost X amount of money. The most important person the most expensive person is the television consultant's buyer, right? Yeah. That's where all the money goes, right? The buyer is the person. And most of the time, if any television consultant is their own buyer for the most part, right? But like that's how you make your money, right? So we're giving y'all the juice right now.
We're giving y'all everything.
This is politics 101. Y'all
somebody's shocked. Somebody is shocked. They said Julian Mack said on Facebook, I could shoot that commercial with my phone talking about the quality.
Ben, read the comment behind Julian Mack comment though.
Mayor of Louisiana, the Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me put it on the screen. She said
TikTok can make better commercials than that. People on TikTok can make better commercials than this commercial right here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jacqueline said the mayor of Louisiana, or LA rather, conveniently had a black foster kid during his campaign. We haven't seen that kid since the election. God damn.
Yo, I cannot right now. The internet is amazing. Listen, let's be honest. Truth of the matter is, I think people really need to know how dangerous this type of campaigning is, because effectively every cycle, there's not been one cycle where when they studied what was the most effective way, never have ads won, never have ads been most effective. And what happens is that these ad consultants get treated like guys in the political space, and then they end up on TV as pundits or whatever, and they start with the same stuff. Also, people believe because ads are so big in business that it's the same thing applies to politics. But let me tell you a secret. When has Coca-Cola ever hired people to go door to door to try to sell Coca-Cola?
Right.
And I will also say this. It doesn't take the same thing for me to buy a pair of Nikes to go and vote for you.
Right.
That's a different type of consideration. So people thinking that way are you're ill-equipped to have this conversation and understand what we're saying simply because you've already bought into the idea that ads are important to the way we buy things. We're not buying politicians. That's handled by Wall Street for us, unfortunately, and against us.
I like that. That's important. People think that because so many other products are sold to us by advertisements, that the way to win a political campaign is with a bunch of TV and radio advertisements. But the consideration, what it takes for me to want to vote for you is totally different than what it takes for me to buy whatever. to buy Coca-Cola.
Absolutely.
Hey, let me say something. Y'all see this commercial that we just aired, right? That commercial that we just aired, and no offense to the candidate himself, but you think the person who made that commercial can talk to me? Y'all know me. And there's
Still the same OG.
Right. Been hated on by both these. Anyway, do y'all think that they can talk to a brother like me but younger?
Right.
Matter of fact, do you think they could talk to a black woman who might have a kid going to college? Right? You think they're going to galvanize it? No. See, here's the thing. Black people support candidates, black women especially, but black men too. Black people support candidates despite all of this nonsense. Y'all commercials ain't y'all commercial, and they'll take credit for a bad commercial. They'll take credit for black turnout, but we like black people are voting because we know that it is a necessity for life. If we don't get the right candidate in, it has nothing to do with your commercials. Therefore, the really good commercials are the one that actually motivates black people to do something. Therefore, there's genius in get your booty to the polls. Therefore, there's genius to rap songs and campaigns. Therefore, there's genius to barbershops, conversations that are authentic and not staged. Therefore, there's genius in real black outreach because that is what motivates the outlying black people who know that y'all full of crap.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, I updated the description on YouTube to include Twitter accounts for Mundell, Marcus, and myself. So if you need it, just refresh your page if you need it right now. If not, just wait till the end of the episode. It will be there so you can see where to find everybody.
I think Twitter. Twitter is extremely active over there. Y'all are a small bunch, but y'all are sending up a lot of love. I appreciate y'all, and y'all know each other. So I like the fact that somebody just told another listener, "You've been quiet this morning. I didn't know you were here the whole time." So that means you guys have a community over there that supports the Squirrel Squad. We appreciate that.
I like Chipmunk Squad though. I like Chipmunks more than Squirrel. Are we going to interchange? It's interchangeable. We don't care.
Yeah, I think we should.
Chipmunks are cleaner than tree rats, which squirrels are. So I'm with that.
Hey, let's see how country y'all really are. Have y'all ever had squirrel? Have you ever eaten squirrel?
Okay, I'm gonna answer that in the country way. Ain't damn thing I ain't ate.
Okay, fair enough. Mark Mundell, you ever
I've never had squirrel. Let me ask y'all a question though. I mean, I've had coon before, so I think that might be a step worse.
Yeah, right? You a little step further. I can't mess with coon.
I just seen something new.
You mean to tell me you dated Candace Owens?
Oh Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus Christ! Kim Klasick for that matter, bro.
Kim Klasick. I love the way she got mollywopped. 78% of black people voted. 78% of people in the district voted against her. So that was beautiful. But listen, did you guys see that new picture going around on Facebook? It's a chitlin egg rolls.
Chitlin egg rolls. I ain't no way in hell. Ain't nowhere. Bro, in God's green earth will I ever eat a chitlin, and definitely not a chitlin egg roll.
Somebody in my space, I ain't gonna call their name, had the audacity to be like, "That looks good," and I'm just like, "You should be ashamed of yourself." Like,
bro, let me tell you though, one of my best memories I got of my granddaddy was the only time I actually ever had squirrel. This man came up to our house from Louisiana to Mississippi, shot a squirrel in our tree, cleaned and gutted and cooked that thing and put it over grits with gravy. And I'm telling you, I've been thinking about that ever since. The only thing is I'm not going out and shooting no squirrel and gutting and cleaning it. So unless they selling some squirrel in the store, I'll never have that memory ever again.
Yeah, our super chats. You remember what you said? Our super chat should be acorns. Send some acorns.
Yeah, they doing that.
Yeah, send some acorns.
Send some acorns. That's what's up, man.
Somebody said, "Have you had Rocky Mountain oysters? Have you had them?" If you don't know what those are cow balls. I mean bull balls. I have not had any Rocky Mountain oysters, or any mountain oysters for that matter. I like my oysters from the sea, freshwater or saltwater.
Right. Yeah, because when you said oysters, I'm like, yeah, I've had oysters. But thank you for clarifying. I didn't even know what that was. I had never even heard of that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat any cow balls. I'm ratchet, man, but there's certain places where I draw my line. You know what I mean?
Just like a no. I'm a hard no on that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no cow balls.
Hard no on that. You're playing with me.
Oh man. All right, fellas. Actually, we still early in. I feel like we've done a couple of episodes because we done dumped so much knowledge. We just dumped more knowledge in the last hour and 19 minutes than you would ever get on political consulting / the disparity in political consulting, the hustle. Like that was a masterclass that we just did in the last hour.
Ben, can we sauce it up a little bit just because I like to laugh at Donald Trump and his administration?
Yeah, let's do it.
So it's sad for America, but as a Black American, all of this whiteness that's been going on for the past 4 years is sad and funny at the same time. And I'm gonna tell you why. Bill Barr did away with the civil rights, basically. Jeff Sessions did away with the civil rights division at the at the Department of Justice, right? So yesterday, Bill Barr said he's going to launch investigations into voter fraud. There's no need for tax dollars to be wasted on this. Just like he tried to defend Donald Trump in the rape charges. And the Supreme Court said, or a federal judge said, you can't do that. So now, because he released this memo saying that he's going to study voter fraud, some of the top, chief attorneys at the State Department are resigning, bro. I'm done with this. This is too far. You're going too far with our government. But Bill Barr was never in there to do anything other than strengthen Donald Trump's shenanigans. So I'm super excited to see people with morals walking away from this ill-equipped administration. And Bill Barr, I can't wait to the dead lawyers of the world that sit at the pearly gates wait for your ass until you know.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, no. You know what? I agree, Mondale, but no. They don't get no passes. Y'all been sitting around for the last 4 years watching folks, put up border walls and the hysterectomies and now this is a bridge too far. And all these things that came out of Trump's mouth, and you ain't walk away then. But now that your guy has lost, you think you can walk away now and have some? You don't got no integrity. You're protecting that's CYA.
But I mean, even you feel like that even about the people at the Justice Department, like all of the career folks, people have been there forever.
Yes, because they're retiring because they know the gig is up. They were listen, if you stayed anywhere close to the Trump administration throughout all of this, especially COVID.
Can I get the disclaimer? Because I'm actually going to defend some of them. Okay. I need the disclaimer.
All right, so Clickbaity Political Thirsttrap is a show where we have different opinions about things, and every now and then we have to defend someone that we normally would not defend, and honestly get canceled by the black progressive culture. Yes. I have defended the CBC. Mondale has defended donors, and Ben has defended all kinds of crazy stuff. So at this moment, this is a disclaimer and a moment in time where Ben is going to defend some problematic.
I'm going to defend some problematic people because I don't disagree with you, Marcus. I think you're spot on. I think those people who stayed, and finally, this is a bridge too far. I agree. There was so many bridges so long ago. So I don't disagree with you, but I want to give a caveat to that. I think some of those career officials, had they not been in place and had Donald Trump had an opportunity to replace all of them, I think we would be in a far worse position right now. And I think we probably would be engaged in some wars. I think the only reason America didn't crumble completely over the last 4 years was because there's some people who just stayed and stuck it through, and they blocked what they could block. They ignored what they could ignore. They did what they knew would be right. And at the same time, I still feel you when you say at this point they're covering their ass. And if this is a bridge too far, then I wonder if there was, why wasn't the children in cages or the hysterectomies the bridge too far? But at the same time, if they hadn't been there, bro, there's a lot of things that Donald Trump could have done if he had gotten rid of everybody who was committed to the institution versus a political appointment.
It's also I should also mention that these people are from this director is of election crimes. That's who resigned. Like, this is my job. You overstepping. There's no crimes. There's no election crime. That's why he resigned. I think that's why. So, yeah. In his defense.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take all that. That makes sense to me, but on the same token, man, like
King Killmonger said on YouTube, both things can be true. Your point stands. Your point doesn't come down any of my. I just want to add that extra context.
Yeah. So. No, I mean, and the problem is, as I saw on the internet, via the internet, the next fascist is going to be skilled.
Mm-hmm. 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 Somebody wants to know go ahead, finish that thought.
And if and with a skilled fascist, that means that they know every single entity of the government. And they're going to have a team full of people around them that's not trying to kiss their ass, but trying to implement fascism. So therefore, you have to get rid of the lower generals that tell their E1s, E2s, and E3, and tell their E1s, E2s, and E3s to go and serve in a COVID filled super carrier, right? Next time you're going to have an administration that the Department of Homeland Security is actually actively upping its ante and going after every single black activist. And listen, the next fascist is going to be skilled.
Yep.
And if the Democrats don't do things to make sure, that's why we can't have these Republicans at the table. Right there. That's the reason. We can't have these Republicans at the table right now because they were quiet about fascism.
Yeah.
They allowed it to happen, and now we're letting them in our hen house at our tables to go ahead and help make us decisions about the future. You can't. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. You can't have black liberation and Republicans of any type at the same table.
Yeah.
Can't.
And all right, so because I heard Marcus say this the other day, and I was like, wait a minute, what happened? But yeah, I think I gotta agree with that 100%, because if you still call yourself a Republican, you are implying that you're okay with everything the Republican is doing. And these people are talking, it's 2020, they're still talking law and order. That is a code to kill me. And you can't be a politician and not know what law and order is and where its roots come from. You can't be for what Donald Trump is for and still say you care about black liberation. So I just gotta say, the other day when I heard it, I was like, whoa, that's a bit far, but that ain't purity politics. That is common sense, actually. If you break it down beyond titles, what he's saying is you can't stand with these white supremacists, these people who are spouting white supremacist ideas, these people who are supported by white supremacists, and still say you for black liberation. It just don't make sense.
Bro, that you especially when you put in context the fact that you are not going to win as a progressive or as a Democrat without the black vote. You're not going to make it out the primaries, and you won't make it through the general election, because and it used to be the South is, the demographics of the South are changing. It ain't predominantly white anymore. Black votes and brown votes combine to make these southern states. They're going to all be swing states soon. Georgia is proof evident. Texas was almost a swing state. Like they had to pour money into Texas to hold Texas. So I'm saying that in context of what you are talking about, what you're standing for, and what you're fighting for can't be antithetical to what we believe and detrimental to our lives, because you need us to win.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, so my question is, why does Biden even think he can say that to me?
Because he's still living. Joe Biden is still in the mindset of 1992. He wants to take America back to when it was great for him. Right. He wants to take it back to when it was great for Jim Clyburn, when they could all just argue on the Senate floor and then go out and get cocktails afterwards with Republicans, because that's the glory days for them. They have nostalgia for those days.
You said something. Go ahead, Mark.
Sorry about that, Mondale.
Go ahead.
It's disingenuous, man. I don't like it. I mean, like, I gave y'all my vote, but it seems like whoever, and I don't care, every single one of Biden's consultants can look at me right now. Y'all got my vote. I helped you get in, so I'm looking at you dead in your eyes. Y'all are allowing this white man to allow people who allow the persecution of black people at the table, and y'all talking about we need to bring America together again. These people need to be isolated and persecuted, right? If you care about America, if you want to make America great, if you want to do good things and make America where it's supposed to be, then you don't allow them to speak. You don't allow them in the room. You don't allow them to have an opinion. Your opinion is now official, because what is your opinion? You showed us what your opinion is. You know what your opinion is? Racism. You know what your opinion is? Fascism. You know what your opinion is? Hatred of brown and black folks. Pro-cops killing black people. This is your opinion that you were quiet about. Yo, these people were quiet about it, that Biden's trying to bring to the table, and then expect me to look at the administration with good faith
Huh.
How can I look at this administration with good faith when the first thing out of your mouth when you accept it? When you accepted the nomination, the first thing out of your mouth was, "I'm going to make America great for everybody." What does that mean for me?
Jesus Christ, yeah. So I just got to say something. We ride on one person on this show a lot. I just want to get back on riding on him this time, just to kick him in the back, because we allowed you something in the primary that we shouldn't have, right? And this one person I'm talking about is Jim Clyburn. I'm just gonna say this, and I need y'all to know this. White people believe Jim Clyburn turned out black folk for Joe Biden in the South. Jim Clyburn ain't got no clout in the South with black people. Black people were gonna vote that way anyway because of the way it was set up. Let me just say that right now. Jim Clyburn is not our king. He did not deliver the South for Joe Biden. Y'all white people believe that.
Because they believe in gatekeepers still.
Clyburn can't. I could beat Clyburn in his own race if we went down there seriously.
Oh, hold on, Mondale.
Seriously.
Hold on, Mondale. I think you're absolutely right, but hold on, Ben. Repeat that statement one more time.
They still believe in gatekeepers.
Yeah,
right. They still believe. I'm going off screen for a second, fellas.
Yeah,
ahead,
okay.
No
problem.
Let me close my eyes.
It's showtime.
So
I just don't want y'all announcing what I'm doing.
But listen, it goes a step further. This idea that Clyburn can reach black people and turn them out, even as he stand in front of cameras and rebuke black people what they're calling for, i.e. defund. That guy he's not the reason. The reason is the other candidates were spending so much money, time, and resources in Iowa, and Joe Biden went straight. He skipped all the first white states and went straight to South Carolina and started building early. That was part of it. And then the rest of it is about how black people don't really trust whiteness and old white people. And especially one that's always screaming at them who's not spending resources for them to get to know.
Hey, you know, if you are I'm sorry.
So my last point, I need y'all to know this. I am against the idea that we abandon the Democratic Party. That to me sounds like we should take our stuff and go back to Africa. No, let's kick them out of the Democratic Party and make it the party that we built. Make it the party. This infrastructure should not go to these white people who don't deserve it. And by white people, I mean the black people like Clyburn too. Yeah, y'all don't get to reap the rewards of this Democratic Party, because this Democratic in its current state is because of black blood and toil. Y'all don't get to keep that. Like, we walk away, y'all get to keep that, including the presidency. You don't get to claim this presidency, establishment Democrats. This is not Charles. This is ours.
Absolutely.
Which means we should demand of our party what we want from it, because they didn't do this. We did this. Period.
Yeah.
Amen.
Facts.
Hey, come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Wait a minute. Hey, I need to see some super chats for that one. That was free. That wasn't free, Mondale. That was not free.
Y'all send up some acorns. Send up some timber, some acorns. Here they come. They coming in.
That one. That wasn't free. Come on now.
JC Radimus says, I'm enjoying this show so much. They had to show their support and just sent in a super chat, man. We appreciate all of you who are doing that. Somebody wanted to know, they asked a question, going back to the conversation. Wait, before I want to make sure we milk this conversation for everything it's worth. Y'all got any other thoughts on this black gatekeeper / the South, the changing them? Because I don't want to leave it unless y'all got anything left.
All right, so if you're a white consultant or white power class, white Democratic power broker, and you don't have any black friends, then you need a gatekeeper. You need to create a gatekeeper, and you need to have them close to you. Why? Well, non-gatekeepers, like organizational leaders or organizations like Mondale and NSA and organizational people who actually have folks that go out and talk to normal black people, they know better than trying to be a gatekeeper, because they know that they need to maintain relationships with real humans. Yeah. Right. And that means that real humans and real black people will call your black ass out and call out your organization for trying to stunt like you are more important than the community. Right. What gatekeepers allow white consultants to do is to have a black friend and consolidate all the blackness within one person. Right. And then that eventually goes to the said gatekeeper's head. Said gatekeeper thinks to themselves, I'm the black community. You know why I'm the black community? My community sent me to sit in the front of the Phoenix Awards Gala at the CBC. I got the front row table because I'm the black person. Me, all me. I'm the black person, right? I'm the black person that's more important than the whole community. Therefore, they create the symbiotic relationship between white consultant class, white important Democrat, and black gatekeeper, where it's like, okay, well, Walmart is about to give us $1 million. So we need someone to explain to the black people that we're about to tear down their neighborhoods why this is a good thing. Gatekeeper, could we roll you out and start this process of gentrification to make sure that this is what gatekeepers do. It's a symbiote, and we'll pay you for it. We'll make sure that you get on CNN. We'll make sure that you get on MSNBC. We'll make sure that we center you and we make op-eds about how your amazing work has saved the black community.
Marcus just gave y'all a poem. Ben, can I give y'all something real quick?
Do it.
This is, for some reason, I was overwhelmed when Marcus was talking. It reminded me of something. It made me think about something about gatekeepers. My hands started sweating. Like I got sweaty palms right now. Let me tell you what happened. It's the Holy Ghost. I got the Holy Ghost. Guess what the Spirit said to me? Guess what the Spirit said to me? There are gatekeepers. Guess what the problem is? The house behind that gate is Mr. House from Color Purple. And black people right now are saying this: I'm poor. I'm black. I may even be ugly, but by God, I'm free. So we're going to a different house right now. So the gatekeeping don't matter because we ain't staying here no more. We leaving with our 2 fingers pointed at you. So I'm telling you in the name of my ancestors, I don't give a damn about your gate.
Till you
or the
do
house
right.
you're trying to protect behind it. I'm gone.
Till you do right by me.
Gone.
Y'all wildin', bro.
You told Harpo to beat me?
Y'all, you speaking the truth, man.
Black people on that Color Purple leaving situation. So let those gatekeepers keep keeping that old raggedy house. What the father said, it ain't been clean since your first wife anyway. So you keep that house, Democrat. We're about to rebuild it.
Right.
Come over here and get some of these one-size-fit-all pants that look like black elastic around the waist because we're trying to get free. You welcome over here.
And y'all can't cancel us because we don't care.
Because they can't cancel us because they ain't never did nothing for us in the first place.
Yeah, you can't.
There's not a Democrat who helped build this platform. Not a single Democrat who helped build y'all organizations. Right. Everything, the money that y'all making it on your own. The money I'm making, I made it outside of they can't cancel us.
They never gave us a check. They mad. Come over here and get some of these one-size-fit-all pants. They black.
They never made us. They never made us, man.
Say, Miss Cedar, how you make a pair of pants to fit me and Sophia?
Hey, wait a minute. That's democratic socialism.
Yes, come get a pair.
One size fit all, baby.
Square Gang, Trap Squad, where you at?
Hey man, they sending up these super chats. I'm posting the super chats on the screen. They showing a lot of love, man. We appreciate y'all. We got 1,200 people watching us right now, still watching us. Hang on a second.
Facebook, what up? Twitter, what up?
The Holy
Somebody
Ghost,
wants to know
the
spirit
over here. Like,
the
ooh.
spirit. Bro, we man, we dropping so much free knowledge right now. It don't even make no sense, man. The knowledge that we dropping at this point could save. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, long before we even knew each other, I don't even have to ask y'all. I'm confident that y'all been saying the same message that if they had listened to y'all back in 2015, the entire country would be different right now. Because I know I've been saying, you go back to the videos where I had 100 pounds heavier and I had this big orange background. It wasn't but me and but 5 people. I think those videos got like 300 views. And maybe that's why they didn't listen, because I didn't have no views. But the fact is, we've been spitting the same truth before we had platforms, before we had money, we've been spitting the same truth about the importance of the black vote in context of the changing demographics, in context of black radicalism, because the most progressive people in this country, save a few step and fetch it ass dudes like and people like Candace Owens and Kim, but setting them aside, you're not going to find people more radical and more progressive than black people, because everything that we fight for is literally a matter of life and death, not a talking point. It ain't a talking point. It's really what we need to survive.
I've said this before, but I'm gonna repeat it on this show right now. I don't want the Medicare for All package. I don't want the Green New Deal package. I want a reparations package where Medicare for All and the Green New Deal are amendments in the package. That's right. It's a reparations package for indigenous and black people that happen to have earmarks that include Medicare for All and the Green New Deal. I said it. You ain't a progressive unless you want to center that. You know why? Because the first problems in America are the black they brought us over here, America. Don't act like we just popped up on our own, and even though we did, I
gotta put something on the screen, and I just got to do it. Denny_Lopez 6. Goddamn, brethren. Our sister and a non-gender conforming individual sent in $100 super chat saying they've been thirsting for this type of content, just became a patron.
Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Acorns up in the chat room for Denny for sending that level of support.
No, Ben. Mm-hmm. 3 squirrels.
3 squirrels up in the chat room for Denny. And actually keep across the board. Let's get some love. Let's just squirrel it out real quick for R Jizzle, for Palpitus D, for Torches and Pitchforks, who I know Torches and damn it. How do I correct my cussing by cussing? Damn. Gosh, let me stop. I'm in a cussing trap. I can't get out.
That's $60 like right there.
Boom. I was trying to say Torches and Pitchforks. I know has sent over $100 just in some nights. Auntie Netta, shout out to you. Stygian Stilettos Gamer, otherwise known as Andrea. Thank you. Everybody, just squirrels up in the chat room for all the people who are supporting the show. Look at all these squirrels. Squirrel Squad.
Look at Facebook go.
You know what's ironic is that what we're saying on this show has so classically been considered radical. Just because it's black, right? So you have respectability black folks who will look at this show and be like, hate us. You'll have white Democrats who look at this show and hate us. You'll have Republicans and look at this show and loathe us.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Think we the devil.
And you know why? Because this voice in our platform has just not been normalized. America, establishment Democrats, America in general, expects black people to just sit back and take whatever is given to us.
And Marcus, when we assert ourselves and say no, pay us what you owe us, then all of a sudden we uppity. All of a sudden we talking out of turn, talking out of school. All of a sudden we're angry, right? That's the biggest one. We angry when we decide to say, listen, there is no Democratic Party without the black vote. So act like it.
Yes. So listen, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here I'm at church. I'm literally about to go watch Color Purple. This is about to be a political move. If we look at, I'm just thinking about all the things in Color Purple. It's about black gatekeepers and the white infrastructure, and then resisting it. I might go back and watch Color Purple. That's a political movie, and I'm gonna write me a curriculum around it. We're gonna start teaching color purple politics for black folk.
I love it. You know what? You got to think that. Ben America said on Facebook, he said, disruption equals radical. Disruption. And so it is radical. Let me correct myself. It is radical when we say, don't spend your money with these consultants who are running a 1992 appeal to white moderate playbook.
Oh, it's radical.
Send your money to people who are on the ground and people who can do greater work with far less than you giving these people all this time. That is radical because we're actually talking about disrupting their cash flow.
It's radical when you say stop killing us. It's just
great.
Imagine that. America is so bad. First off, like reparations is owed to us, but if it comes out of the wrong person's mouth, it's radical. But it's all good if some CNN anchor actually says reparations. Why? Because they want faces. They want representation of us. They don't really want us. But if up until this summer when we almost had to burn all your crap down, if I said
just for you to stop, just for us to let you know you're gonna stop killing us.
Yeah. If I said, hey, just stop killing me, it's radical. Listen, you know how many campaigns that I've been on where I've had to fight a consultant and I've had to send 18, 19 emails back and forth just to get a candidate to be able to say we are sorry about the loss of said black person.
Man.
You know how
And then
many
the
times,
the Lakers win the championship and set the building on fire, and they're okay with it.
Right. I've had to go, like, you literally have to go through a litany of white people just to acknowledge that a black person died from the hands of a cop. And they go back and forth. Well, who are we gonna subjugate? Who's not gonna like that? Was he wrong? And the first people are Democrats, white Democratic consultants. They are the first people to question internally in a campaign. Let's find out the whole story.
White Democrats consultant class operates off Republican playbook.
Yes. Say that again. I was laughing at a picture I'm going to share in a second.
Yeah.
But say that again.
I said, white Democratic political consultant class operates off a Republican playbook.
And Republicans ain't going to vote for you. They would literally rather die. They go into these pandemic rallies from Donald Trump, and 700 of them did die. They literally would rather burn America to the ground. They would burn the Constitution to the ground. They would turn on white baby Jesus, 4 pounds, 8 ounces Jesus, before they vote for Democrats. So why are you going to keep playing the same moderate Republican playbook that Democratic consultants have been playing and losing with? It's not like they've been winning. They've been losing with this strategy.
Right.
Because they're comfortable and they're white. And they're still white.
And it's their cash flow.
America could burn down and they can still have a D beside them and go home in their suburban house with their nice car and their nice wife or husband and not give a damn.
Bruh, look at what I put on the screen. Somebody just made this. It's Wesley J. Wiles on Twitter. Been following me for a while. Said this is the Stoner Squirrel Squad. Bro, you see.
Yes. Are those dreads? Are those
they got dreads. They got locks on the squirrel, bro.
Wait, is that squirrel supposed to be what's that singer name? The white girl from London that did the
Adele?
Adele. Is that supposed to be Adele? Pull the picture of Adele dressed like a reggae. Pull it up.
Stop it. Hang on. Let me find it first. No,
that's too much.
Rastafari.
Because look at the hands. The hands look like Adele hands. They white hands.
I was gonna say them hands are mighty white, bro. There you go. Let me see if I can find it. All I got. I don't see. I put in Adele and I put rock. Is it another singer or is it Adele? If you sure
it was Adele. You just gotta put probably Carnival.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes, that's exactly. And it came up.
That squirrel look like Adele.
Bruh, hang on. Put it on the screen. Hang on. Let me switch it over here. That's the squirrel, and this is Adele.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God, y'all! This show ain't got no damn sense, but it got all the sense.
But it got all this.
I'm just seeing it.
They said no. Those not Bantu knots.
Yep, she had Bantu knots.
Oh man. Hey, fellas, we are at 1 hour 47 minutes. We got 13 more minutes to go. What else is on your mind?
Oh, Ben Carson has COVID.
Got the corona.
Oh, Mr. Carson, I hope those magical hands work for you, buddy.
Bruh, because corona ain't playing with black people of a certain age group, man.
And he's a black man. We know we die more than anybody from COVID.
I don't wish nobody any harm, bro. It's as hard as that makes, except for me laughing at the white folks who showed up to that doggone rally a couple weeks ago.
And got frozen.
His ass was at that rally?
That was funny. I don't care. Like, y'all deserve that one. Anybody going to a Donald Trump rally is funny. I like to bring up the absolute crazy wigging out of MAGA supporters right now.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like for us to talk about that 1 second, because first off, two things. There's nothing more dangerous than sad white people. There's nothing. I mean, that's the most scared. And I mean, because listen, black folks ain't the ones that doing these mass shootings, right? And I think Donald Trump, and I'm not trying to talk this up, Lord knows I don't want to make this happen, but I think Donald Trump has created some shooters. I do. So y'all need to be careful, because these folks are wigging out. First, how every state commit voter fraud. How every state that Joe Biden won is a voter fraud state?
Right.
How did that happen?
Well, at the same time, the Senate races that Republicans won and the House races that Republicans won